Right. Today on Season of Tears, we listen to Renuka's story. So, welcome, Renuka, and thank you for taking the time out to talk to us today. Can you tell us where you were that July and what your experiences were?
Hello, Shami. Yes, I was. We were in Colombo, Mount Lavinia. That is in Templars Road,
Right.
off
Okay.
Templars Road,
Mm-hmm.
Vidyalaya Road.
Okay.
So that particular day, I was getting ready to go for my cookery classes. Like it
This
was
was
there
on the
in
25th of July, right? Which was
yes,
a Monday?
yes, in the
Ah,
afternoon.
okay.
Yes, Monday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
So it was around 2:30, and I was waiting for my brother
Mm-hmm.
because usually I have to go after he comes only. So I was waiting for him, and he was getting late.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my mother was admitted in the hospital for her hysterectomy
Mm-hmm.
surgery in Sri Lanka nursing home, which is at W. Silva Mata, Vellavata,
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So my younger brother came after school, and he was late,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting impatient because I was
Uh-huh.
getting late for classes.
Yeah.
My brother came in with red eyes, and he told me that I can't go out because there's riots
Mm-hmm.
going on, and I didn't believe him
Uh-huh.
because yeah, he always bullies saying something or the so I didn't believe him. I said no, I have to go and see Amma, and I have to go to my classes, and it's getting late.
Uh-huh.
And I just out of the house, and just then my opposite house auntie she came and told me,
Mm-hmm.
no, don't go. Where are you going? Go inside. There's a lot of troubles happening. What are you doing here? You go inside.
Uh-huh. Huh?
Yeah, yes. And she said Tamils are getting beaten up, and
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of people on the roads and tear gas and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go.
Mm-hmm.
So I went
Mm-hmm.
inside, and I couldn't believe that this
Mm-hmm.
was happening. Because I remember in 1977 also there was few stray incidents,
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
so then and in 1981 also, even in 1981 there was few stray incidents in Badulla
Oh, I see.
where we
Uh-huh.
yeah. So I thought, okay, it must be like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't so
Did you have
severe like
family in Badulla?
actually we are from Badulla.
Uh-huh. Right.
My father had my father he had come down from Badulla because of my mom's surgery.
Oh, I
He
see.
has a shop there,
Uh-huh.
and he had a shop in Panchakavatta and in Valimada also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
and
What happened next?
so I mean, I was not so worried at that time. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking it could be like 1977 riots.
Okay, you didn't take it that seriously.
I did actually initially I didn't take it so seriously,
Uh-huh.
but then anyway, my younger brother he said,
Uh-huh.
anyway we will prepare ourselves for the worst, and so I keep puttu, and my aunt was at home. She also keeps puttu. We removed the puttu,
Mm-hmm.
and I removed my nose ring.
Uh-huh.
There were so many Tamil books in the, I mean, paper, Tamil books, and my
Uh-huh.
mother used to have Nehru and Gandhi's pictures. All were removed, and we
Okay.
put them inside.
Uh-huh.
And we were worried. I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go, and I couldn't go in the sense that we didn't know what was happening to my mom also, because whether she underwent her surgery or nothing, we didn't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
If you don't
and
mind me interrupting you, Renuka, quickly, how old were you that in
I
that
was
period?
23. I was 23 because it was just 2 days after my 23rd birthday.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
then we and after some time That auntie came again, and the opposite house, Silva auntie came again, and she said, "You all go inside and close the windows, close the doors, and be safe and all that." But somehow, only my younger brother was only 17 years, I think, at that time. He
Right.
said, "No, we'll just keep it out. Don't make it so obvious that we are not Sinhalese. No, don't let it. We will not close the door and window and all that. We'll be very
Okay.
casual."
Uh-huh.
And, but
Right.
then again, we took our valuables like passport and some valuables were there, some money was there, and we kept it under the ceiling.
Okay.
And of course, my aunt was saying, we will do something else also. We'll keep a bucket full of chili water. We
Oh.
we were expecting only one or two people coming to the house. We were
Uh-huh.
not expecting so many to come, right? So I
Uh-huh.
said, okay, we put one bucket and bucket full of chili water. We kept near the door.
Uh-huh.
Later in the evening, we came to know that there's a mob heading towards that particular
Oh,
lane.
okay.
And
And
my brother and his friends were just standing by the gate. I also stood by the door.
uh-huh.
I was actually expecting 5 or 6 people max, but I saw the mob.
Oh.
I don't know. It was like I never dreamt like there were more than 50.
Oh, I
They were
see.
having
Uh-huh.
long sticks and swords and like sickles,
Oh, okay. And you
and they
saw them
were
come towards you.
they were just coming. I
Oh
mean,
my
the
goodness.
next yeah, they were just turning and they were shouting. They were where Demalu Marapu, something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Uh-huh.
And we were just shocked. I was just shocked that I stood by the door and didn't move. And my brother and his friends were standing at the gate, maybe some 20 meters from the
Oh.
main door.
Uh-huh.
Opposite house it was closed, completely closed. There were Tamils and their house was completely closed.
Uh-huh.
And immediately they knew that, okay, this is a house that they should attack. And they broke in the house,
Uh-huh.
got everything outside from the house, from inside, and brought it outside and kept fire. And the fire, it was reached up to the coconut tree as high as that.
Wow. And you were watching
And
this
then,
all from the opposite side of the road.
yeah, just opposite. It's a small, very narrow lane.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not too wide. Maybe just 7 or 8 feet. That's all.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Very narrow lane.
Then what happened?
Then one of those, one person from that mob, he had hurt himself. I mean, he has cut himself and he had come to our house asking to give some cloth to wrap his hand so to stop the bleeding. But we couldn't do anything else. We couldn't say no to him because
Yes.
we were also at risk. So that we gave him that and he went. And that time it was, I mean,
Yeah.
it was so hard now to think, okay,
Yes, I can imagine, you know.
that that 1977 was so different. It was only one or two persons coming and they were threatening, and the neighbors came and just said, okay, you go, and they went off just like that. So this was entirely different. This was
A big
that
mob of people, big
big
group of
mob of
people.
people. Yeah, and then only we realized when we saw the mob only with all this swords and
Yes.
so and this thing, we realized that the gravity of the situation, it's not going to be like
Yes.
last time. The situation slowly started sinking in. Okay, we'll be lucky if we escape. Yes.
Escape from with your lives.
Yeah.
Then what did you plan to do?
We then actually we saw that I mean after that they went. After that they went from there. it was almost dark, and they went.
Uh-huh.
That night we couldn't sleep because we didn't know anything about our parents.
Yes.
My brother was my brother came home. Elder brother from Panchikata. He came around 9 o'clock, 9 mid after 9 definitely,
Mm-hmm.
because he said walking from Panchikavata. There were not only him. There were so many people walking from Panchikavata or from they said down the beach. I mean along the beach, because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't take the main road, or they didn't go to the roads, because this is the safest way to come.
Wow.
And he reached home. But when he reached home,
Mm-hmm.
when we reached home only, we came to know that dad is not there, because both of them went together to the shop.
Okay.
Then he said he was also shocked. He said dad left home. I mean, dad left to the hospital to see mom.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't know where he was.
So dad
And
didn't return home at that time, but it was
no,
your
he
brother
didn't.
who came home.
Yes, he had already left. He had left to see Amma because she was in the hospital. So we
Uh-huh.
were thinking her surgery was going to happen that day. So he wanted to be there before the surgery. So he left
Mm-hmm.
my brother at Pachagavata shop, and he had returned to the
Okay.
hospital.
Oh, I see.
So it
Mm-hmm.
was after 2 days. Then the first 25th and 26th, 25th this happened, and 26th and 27th were quiet days for us. I
Uh-huh.
mean, quiet days that we didn't have down that road, nothing happened.
Okay.
And we were
Mm-hmm.
thinking of our parents and what is happening. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
know how to put it now, Shami.
Yes.
I don't know how we spent those 2 days
Yes.
without knowing what was happening to them.
And this was a time without mobile phones or anything like that, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing. Yes, and we came to know also that there's this down along the Gol Road. They were stopping vehicles and asking them to say the word Baldir.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, most of the Tamils, they don't know to say Baldir, right? They say
Yes.
Baldir, and my
Yeah.
even my father, he will say Baldir. The
Okay.
minute you ask him to speak in Sinhalese, you will know that he's not a Sinhalese. So
Yeah.
we were worried about that also.
Oh. So this is yeah, it would have been really an anxious time, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So that was
And
the Monday and the Tuesday, right? So then by Wednesday, what happened?
by Wednesday evening, the police jeep came and dropped my parents.
Ah, right.
Yeah, they came, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, luckily my mom's surgery had not happened.
Okay.
So, so that was
So that was on the Wednesday. They came home.
in the evening. So, and then only we came to know that dad, while coming in the call road, he saw so many vehicles. They are stopping so many vehicles and putting the men out. Whoever was there, and if it is Tamils, they were burning the cars, putting them inside the burning the cars, and all
Oh,
that was happening. I mean, he just diverted his. I mean, he just turned to a left. I think he just said he saw a violent small lane, and he just turned and went inside.
okay.
There was a dead end, and he stopped there his car,
Uh-huh.
and he got out from the car.
Uh-huh.
The person from that just the opposite house person, he came and he took him inside,
Oh,
saying, and
complete stranger.
complete stranger, complete
Wow.
stranger. He took him inside and he said, "You be here."
Uh-huh.
And then evening, when everything was calm, the road was calm. He took him in his car. He was a single person. He took him in his car to the
Oh,
hospital and dropped him there.
that is amazing, isn't it? These small acts
He,
of courage
he,
and humanity, really, isn't it?
yes, yes, it is there. It was there. And then when he went to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
uh, hospital was almost attacked, but luckily the hospital,
Oh,
the
why was the
staff,
hospital almost attacked?
because the hospital is also owned by Malayalis.
Okay.
So, and the house was adjacent there. The owner's house was adjacent to this hospital.
Uh-huh.
So when they saw the mob coming, they came running to the hospital,
I see.
and the hospital staff hid them in the bathrooms and rooms,
Ah.
and persuaded the mob to leave. But the mob, they
Mm-hmm.
came in a bus. That's what my mom told me. They came in the bus, and also there were so many monks in that Buddhist monks in that bus.
Oh, that would have been really sad and shocking at the same time, isn't it, to see that?
Yes, yes. And then,
Mm-hmm.
somehow the staff
Mm-hmm.
spoke to them,
Uh-huh.
and they said there were a lot of Sinhalese also, and that there were so many innocent people. And somehow they have managed not to
Mm-hmm.
damage, not to do any harm to anybody.
Okay. And they persuaded the mob to leave.
Yes, they persuaded the mob to leave. So from there, I think the staff they called the police,
Mm-hmm.
and they had accompanied this some my my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So they came and
Mm-hmm.
dropped home. I mean,
Okay.
that's how they all dropped home.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Then what
From
happened after that, after your parents reached home?
after my parents reached home,
Mm-hmm.
that day it was very quiet day,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know what to say. Even my mother and father,
Uh-huh.
they also didn't know what was
Mm-hmm.
happening to us, and
Mm-hmm.
it was terrible actually. I don't know, Shami. Now, when
Yes,
you really
sometimes it's hard to find the words, isn't it, to express those
experience,
emotions even.
yes, and knowing that fear of losing someone, the fear of something going to happen to you, all that
Right.
we came to know only then.
Yes, I can fully imagine. It's never an easy time. And
Yeah.
after that, what happened? Like once you're
Our
all
house,
together.
yeah, our house was always guarded by these neighbors. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
during time they will come and sit and they'll tell us to rest. So we'll be one day we were resting. One day I think, yeah, the day after my parents came,
Uh-huh.
resting, and then suddenly we heard loud noises and bangs and bang, doors being banged, and all of
Uh-huh.
us got up. At the same time, one of those boys from came to a neighbor. They came to us and said the two houses away from our house, they are breaking into that house.
Oh.
So they said they were Muslims. They said you all come to our house. So we went to. There's a small gap between the
Uh-huh.
fence.
Uh-huh.
Just east from there, and we went to their house, and they
Uh-huh.
made my mom, and my aunt go under the table, and they covered the table with a deep cloth.
Oh.
And my father was there, but not with us. He was in another room. The
Uh-huh.
uncle and the boys, everybody was standing there and watching.
Uh-huh.
And they were walking up and down, breaking that house, and we were really thinking, okay, this is it. We had it.
Yes.
But that day also somehow nothing happened. It says nothing happened to us, to
Right.
ours.
Your house escaped from being burned at that on
But
that
one
day.
thing we knew, Shami, they will not do anything to the house because the house was owned by Sinhalese.
Oh,
So
right.
okay, nothing will happen to the house, but to us,
Of course. Of
some
course.
physical harm or something.
Yes, of course.
No,
Yes.
no, and especially my father,
Yes.
we don't really know. So
Yes.
after that, they were walking up and down. Then they were very curious, looking here, there, and then I said that opposite house uncle, Mr. Silva, they
Mm-hmm.
went to them. They were speaking to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I then and my elder brother also, he also walked to the what's this near gate. Then my younger brother also followed. Then this neighbor also followed to the gate, and then one of those men, they went to Mr. Silva and they were asking him something, showing a paper. So Mr. Silva also was talking to them, and they were showing our house, and then my brother went there, and they spoke, and we were wondering what they're speaking. We were just peeping through the window. Anything might happen now. We were in that thought, okay, anything's going to happen. Something's going to happen now.
Yes.
But after that, they were just went off. So very curious what happened. Then when my brother came in, he said, no, they were having the voters list.
Oh, I see.
They were checking each and every house, and from the at the beginning of the lane there was a small shop was there. So they had asked them who are the people living in this lane, and they had identified some houses, and they had said this particular house also there are people, but in the voters list it is the name is like it is Kaimal, Kaima. So they had whether it is whether it is Tamil or Muslims. So
They
somehow
couldn't figure out what ethnicity the name was.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
So and Mr. Silva somehow has convinced in them, saying that they are Muslims and something like that, and so that day also it was like, okay, one more day we were lucky. We were thinking like that. So that day, and I was after that from the 26th onwards, every day I was sleeping at Mr. Silva's house. By 7 o'clock she will call me. The auntie will call me, come and sleep here. You don't sleep there.
Yeah.
Sleeping there for nearly, I think.
Wow.
Nearly 2 months I was sleeping there.
Nearly. Oh my goodness. And then what happened?
And then then the Koti, the day they said the Koti are coming, that is the tigers
that was that Friday, I think, wasn't it?
There was a rumor and there was so much chaos. And we were also thinking there's going to be heavy. But suddenly, nothing happened that day. But generally, everything we lost. We lost, our shops were completely looted. Even the Badulan shop was completely looted.
The shop in Panchikavath.
Yeah, that is spare parts, right? Everything was good. Even the Badula shop. No harm done to us, but then everything was gone.
Yes. And also that sense of fear where you suddenly think, you could lose your life, isn't it? And
yes, and like how to start now. My father started. He came to Sri Lanka when he was 14 years old.
Oh, I see.
So hard earned. He studied there. He learned, and all that, and he
lost his entire livelihood, isn't it?
Yes, and it was very.
It's a very painful experience, isn't it?
It was a painful experience. Nobody would have thought that this is going to be like this.
Yes.
And it was.
Yeah, I can. When you think back to it, it still hurts. I can imagine.
Yes, it still hurts because everything after that, nothing was the same after that. Even our lives, even the siblings, they were scattered. All the family everywhere because they thought, okay, it's not safe in Sri Lanka. So
that's very sad. But thank you so much for sharing your story and your family's experiences with us. And what we hope is by listening to this that people understand that this kind of thing should never ever happen again. Never again. I think that's like the underlying theme of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Thank you, Shami. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. No, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.